Hello, fourth graders. Welcome. You can see me. I'm down in that corner or that corner. I can't quite tell. And we're going to be talking today. You're going to need to see me in a few minutes as I demonstrate some things. We're going to be talking today about something about measurement. This is lesson 5.10, and we're going to be measuring some angles. In ancient Greece, though, before we talk about angles, they used the foot to measure something, right? So if I wanted to measure something, I would use my foot and measure it, and then my wife might measure it too. What that could cause some problems. What kind of problems could that cause? Yeah, right. We have different feet. I have these gigantic size 13 feet, and your feet are littler than that. And I'm sure some people even have bigger feet than Mr. White here. So, what's important is to create a standard unit of measure. Okay. And we're going to be talking about that and how it relates to angles. So, I want you to look at these two angles. Let's zoom in on these two angles so that we can see them better. We have angle A and angle B. And here we have two students. Suma looked at the two angles. Without measuring them, she said, angle B is larger than angle A. So she said, this one is bigger than this one. Her teacher, the teacher told her she was wrong. And the teacher's right. The teacher is correct here. Suma is not correct. Why is Suma wrong? What's your guess? Suma says that this is bigger than this. Angle B is bigger than angle A. Why do you think that the teacher told her that? All right, let me tell you. When we are measuring angles, okay, we are measuring the amount that's inside, how far it turns. An angle is a measurement of how far something turns. And so let's try to use some computer magic here and get out some scissors here. Oh, maybe not. Well, what if we can do it with this here? So if we took angle A, right, which is here and here, right? This is how far open it is, right? An angle is how far something turns or how open it is. Now, if I group these together and move them over here, watch what happens. What do you see? Let's get it right on. I'm a little bit off still. There you go. What do you notice? Yeah, the amount that they're open is exactly the same. And I know I didn't quite get it on it as perfectly as I could. Okay, but they are open the same amount. Okay, so these two angles are equal. These angles are equal. Now, if we wanted to know how many centimeters long this ray is, then we could measure that. But when we talk about the angles, we're talking about how much something is open, right? Open a little, open a lot. Okay, so we can measure that, and we're going to talk about that today. Okay, so our objective here is to describe angles and turns using a standard unit of measure. Okay, and you can see we have this great big long angles standard. So what we're really focusing is really kind of focusing on what an angle is and how that connects to being open, right? All right, so think about the way that a minute hand on a clock moves away from the hour hand. These are turns, right? Different size angles. So watch this. There's a different angle right there, bigger, 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 right? The amount that it is open is changing, okay? These rotations are creating the different size angles. So this clock is moving its hands to the right. Right now, let's see if it does it when I'm going to have to go backwards. So the hour hand is going, I think mine is reversed here. So I have to kind of do the opposite. The hour hand is going like this, right? This is called, do you know what this is called? When something is moving with the clock, it's called clockwise. But what about, and I don't think I have a clock going backwards. Nope, I don't. If it were going the other direction, Okay. If it were going this direction, do you know what we call that? Have you heard that before? What do you think? It is called counterclockwise. So we can turn clockwise or we can turn counterclockwise. That's two words that we could describe our turn. All right. So I want you to face me. You're going to need to stand up here. Okay. So face me. Now I want you to turn clockwise. So remember, you're going, find your right hand and you're going to go that direction. You're going to go clockwise, right? So imagine that clockwise, just like a clock goes until you face me again. Okay, go ahead and make that turn. All right, what you just did is called a full turn. Okay, you just turned all the way around. A full turn. Okay, now here's the next one. You're, like I said, you want to stand up. All right, face me again. And now I want you to turn clockwise, right? So go again with the clock, go that way. I hope my video's reversed. It's kind of hard to figure out. But this time you're going to end up with your back toward me, right? Okay, ready, go. So you shouldn't be looking at me. You should be looking away from me. What you just made is a half turn. A half turn. Okay, all right. Make another half turn back to me. Now you're looking back at the video. All right, now I want you're starting with facing me. Now we're going to turn clockwise to the right. Okay, don't show me your back right now. Just a turn to your right. Okay, this is a quarter turn, right? A quarter turn. All right, quarter turn back to me. So if you think about it, right, why is it a quarter turn? Well, quarters are fourths, and you were faced this way, and then you ended up facing that way, right? You made a 90-degree turn, which is the same thing as a 90-degree angle. See how it all fits together, right? So we've got those different turns. All right, let's practice them again. Stand up. I want you to do a half turn clockwise. So you shouldn't be looking at me. Now remember your back's to me right now. Now do a full turn. Okay, if you did a full turn, your back is to me again because you went all the way around. So you're back to facing away from me. Now do a half turn back to look at Mr. White. Okay, all right. So this is how we can turn things. We can use some straws, or I didn't have straws, so I just got 2 pencils. So take a moment and go and get a couple of anything you can use that's straight like this. All right, here we go. First, we're going to have them be this way, okay? Just like it was 12 o'clock, right? Both the hour hand and the minute hand facing up. We're going to do a full turn. Okay, here we go. Watch this. You can do it with me. Full turn. Boom. Where are the straws now? Yep, they're back where they started. Okay, now we're going to do a half turn. Here we go. Ready? Half turn. Where are the straws now? Yeah, they're faced away from each other. We could also do a half turn, right? This way, if we had them pointed this way instead of half turn, well, then they would be faced the opposite way, right? This is actually going to be 180 degrees. We'll talk about that some more next time. All right, make a quarter turn rotation clockwise. All right, try it, and then we'll see if I agree with you. Okay. You should have gone clockwise. I hope this is clockwise in the video. Going with the clock. What kind of angle is this? Yeah, it's a right angle, isn't it? A right angle, 90 degrees. So a full turn is 360 degrees. And we're going to talk more about this tomorrow. Like I said, half turn is 180 and a quarter turn is 90 degrees. All right. Let's do one more. Make a turn that is less than a quarter turn clockwise. So less than, meaning not this far, but less than. So maybe like that, right? Just open a little bit. Oh, look at that acute angle. Remember that word? Yeah. All right. Let's look at our math journal page. So what you are going to do here, you're going to describe how much rotation there is. So you can even use your straws or your pencils or whatever you found, right? This shows you where it started, and then the arrow shows you the turn, right? So it started here and went like that. On this one, it started here and went all the way like that. Okay, so your answers here are going to be either the words full turn, 3/4 turn. I guess we need to show one of those. Let's say I was going to go 3/4 counterclockwise. So counterclockwise, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So the arrow would be around this part. Okay, and you might see one of those on this page. Okay, so this is our amount of turn. Angles are measured using turns. Okay, so that's our math journal page here today, page 178. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems to do here. Our goal here today, fourth graders, was to describe angles and turns using a standard unit of measure. So really, we're kind of getting into that standard, right? We're going to be talking about degrees and how we use degrees as a way to measure those turns. But you have to understand that an angle is represented by a turn, not by how long the lines are, by how far they are turned, by how far they are open. All right. I will see all of you later. If you have any questions about angles or turns or clockwise or counterclockwise, you can let me know, and I'll see you next time. All right. Good luck.